In this lesson, I want to talk about some of the tools that SOLIDWORKS provides for allowing you to work with complex assemblies and to simplify those assemblies, especially large assemblies. There are several tools that are available. One is configurations. Remember, with part configurations, you could suppress features and change values. With assembly configurations, you can also suppress parts and use different configurations of parts. Assembly configurations are available through the Configuration Manager, just like they are in SOLIDWORKS parts. We will take a more detailed look at this a little bit later. Another tool that you can use to simplify your SOLIDWORKS assembly or allow yourself to work with a bigger assembly quicker is what's called lightweight. Individual parts and subassemblies can be set to lightweight. When a part is lightweight, all of its parametric information is not loaded. It's the display information that is primarily loaded. This means you can see the part in the assembly, but SOLIDWORKS doesn't have to recalculate it every time something moves. We will also come back to lightweight to discuss that in more detail. Another tool for improving assembly performance is the ability to hide parts and suppress parts. The display pane that I've expanded here allows us to entirely hide a subassembly or just hide individual parts. Hiding a part is mostly the opposite of lightweight because the display is not active, but all of the parametrics still are active. But it's still a useful technique for speeding up assemblies. Some parts, such as the motor in this case, are visually very intensive for the computer to display. Any part that has a lot of very small fillets, or in general a lot of faces, is something that's probably going to tax your computer to display that part. If a part has very small features or a great number of features, it will slow down the display on the screen. Complex surfaces will sometimes also slow down that process. Patterns and small features such as the chain are also slowing down the display. On the computer I'm using, it has enough horsepower that these parts don't cause much of a problem. But you can look at the SOLIDWORKS assembly expert to help you make decisions about what's slowing down your computer. Let's use the assembly expert on this current assembly. We'll see what it has to say. It says the files for all the components have been updated to the latest version of SOLIDWORKS. This is one thing that will slow you down if half of your model is in 2011 and half of it is in 2013. SOLIDWORKS does have to do quite a bit of work to update a file to a new version. The total number of resolved components in this assembly is 60. Okay, this number is fairly low. Large assemblies can be in the hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of parts. The large assembly threshold is set to 500 components. This 500 number is the default. This is the way it comes set from SOLIDWORKS, and large assembly mode is off. So large assembly mode is another tool that allows you to tell the software at what point do you want to start using some other measures. Let's take a look at the large assembly mode. Under Performance, there are several types of settings. With assemblies, you can tell SOLIDWORKS to automatically load components lightweight. Again, this is loading the display only and not loading the parametrics. Always resolve subassemblies will also take some extra time. Checking out-of-date lightweight components means that any part that may have changed from the last time the assembly was open will be out of date because the lightweight information is all saved in the assembly rather than in the part. Resolving lightweight components means basically loading the part file rather than just loading that information from the assembly. And rebuild assembly on load is going to go through, rebuild all of the mates. Any assembly features that need to be rebuilt will all be recalculated. And the mate animation speed just means when a part moves from one position to another, because you've added a mate, should it do that move fast or slow, or should that motion be turned off altogether? So when we move to the assemblies page, there is a section here just for large assemblies. You can enable or disable large assembly mode, and you can set when it is automatically invoked. And then when large assembly mode is active, you can tell SOLIDWORKS just exactly what to do. For example, hiding planes, axes, sketches, curves, annotations, and so on will save a lot of display speed. Displaying edges in shaded mode will often slow you down. That's a setting I like to use, but in a large assembly, it may be too costly. And do not rebuild when switching to the assembly window. This is the common question that SOLIDWORKS asks if you would like to rebuild the assembly when you switch back from the part to the assembly. Large design review is another type of tool that you can use to help you work with large, complex assemblies. And that can have a separate threshold from the large assembly mode itself. Let's talk briefly about assembly configurations. Assembly configurations is one time when you may want to have the feature manager split from top to bottom. On this low resolution that I'm recording at, this may be difficult to see, but I can grab this bar from the top of the feature manager and drag it down about midway. This allows me to see the feature manager at the top and the configuration manager at the bottom. Notice that a part of configurations is what's called display states, and display states can either be linked to configurations or not. A display state just remembers the hide or show property of various parts. So if I had a display state that I was going to add, and I would call this new display state drivetrain, and then I had another new display state, and I would call this front end, then all of the parts to the back of the motorcycle, I could right-click and hide. This would be the front end. Now, if I change to the drivetrain, I could select some of the front end components and hide those. Maybe hide the fender, the gas tank, the seat, the front wheel. If I want to hide the entire fork, I could do that. This allows me to see just the parts that I want to see. So I can move back and forth between these two display states very easily. The thing about display states is that they change very quickly. You can see if I double click on the front end, it's almost immediate. But configurations are much more than that. If we go to the default display state, which should have everything shown, and if it doesn't have everything shown, I can always use the Show Hidden Components option. So because everything is hidden, that means that everything is shown, if that makes any sense at all. So I'll exit the Show Hidden Components, and now I'll make a new configuration. To do that, I right-click on the name of the assembly in the Configuration Manager and select Add Configuration. You can give the configuration a name. If I call the configuration front, then I can suppress everything that's not part of the front of the motorcycle. So, for example, I can suppress the rear wheel. I can suppress all of this. When a part is suppressed, it means that it's not loaded. It's as if the part doesn't exist at all. Let's turn off the entire frame. So you see, when a part is suppressed, it's grayed out. Any mates that are associated with it are not available. And so switching between the front configuration and the default configuration could take some time because SOLIDWORKS has to load and unload actual data. On display states, SOLIDWORKS is just turning off the display. So if you want to control just the display state of the assembly, I recommend strongly using display states. If all you want to do is hide and show components, do not use configurations. Using lightweight is a different issue. For many users, lightweight is something that just happens when they open the assembly, because in Tools Options, under Performance, automatically load components lightweight is an easy way to start out. And again, this will have more significance if you have assemblies that number in the hundreds or thousands of components. If I leave that setting turned on and get out of this assembly and then open it back up, SOLIDWORKS opens all of the assemblies lightweight, and that's what this feather means on top of the components. Lightweight means that the visual information for this transmission has been stored inside the assembly, and SOLIDWORKS does not need to access that file directly. If you need to load a part, you can right-click on it and choose Set to Resolved, and then SOLIDWORKS loads the data for the transmission part. You can do that with any number of parts, or you can do it at the top level. You can right-click at the top level name of the motorcycle assembly and set lightweight to resolved, or set resolved to lightweight. Another technique for working with large files is called SpeedPack. And SpeedPack is really just a configuration. The SpeedPack configuration can be added by right-clicking on an existing configuration and add SpeedPack. SpeedPack can help you do drawings and even mates by including some geometry in the configuration for a SpeedPack part. For example, SOLIDWORKS is giving us the message to include only the faces useful for mating and dimensioning. The remainder will be visible as ghosts. So, if you were to need a SpeedPack of the rear wheel, the information you would probably need would be something that locates the center of the wheel and anything else you wanted to be able to dimension while working with a simplified version of the part. Anything else, again, is included as a ghost, which is just visual information. It's not selectable, it's not referenceable in any way. It just helps you see the component that is supposed to be there. SpeedPack has a special symbol, and it's reserved for assemblies that are very large. The way you would use SpeedPack is you would go into a subassembly, create a SpeedPack, and then insert the SpeedPack subassembly into the upper level assembly. That's really the main intent. When you bring your cursor over ghosted items in the SpeedPack, notice that the items are blanked out. And that's because you're not allowed to select anything with the SpeedPack. If we go back to the default, SOLIDWORKS loads all the information, and we're again able to select things. So between SpeedPacks, configurations, display states, lightweight, you have several ways to control how much information and what kind is loaded with your SOLIDWORKS assemblies.